So I've been here since July 13th, so almost exactly 6 months.
The same 6 months. I came July the 5th.
Once you leave detox, you go into this building here, administration, and you meet some of the key players here, which is Tones and Jared, and they kind of give you a rundown of what you'll be in. It's a willingness track. You want to explain?
Yeah, I went into willingness straight out of detox. Willingness is to let you know that you're willing to get into the program, that you're willing to do recovery. That's a 1 day to 4 day stay. That's the first step into getting into the program. So once you get into the willingness and show that you're willing to do this, if you're willing to take the trudge, if you're willing to, whatever it takes to get into the program to do, you're going to do it through willingness first.
You want to show me that?
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
let's go.
Let's
I'll just
go on.
follow you guys.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I'll go this way.
Yeah, whatever way.
And as you can see, this is the detox building here. When you're here, you're pretty much, for the first 24 hours, you cannot come out. You still stay in there for the first 24 hours. After that, they'll allow you to come out and take a tour of the facility with another client, phase client. That's someone that's higher up and already in the program. And after that, after you come out of here and get to take a little tour, you get to understand a lot more about the program through the phase clients. We have to take 7 detox clients on tours once we reach the phase part of the program. And then after we come out of detox, we come over here to this building, which is called the motivational track.
Yeah,
But
MT1.
We call it MT for short, in our terms.
And so, but the willingness is inside of the MT.
Yeah, it's inside the MT dormitory. It's also called the horseshoe, and we'll show you why we call it that when we get in here.
And a lot of times when you first come in, you don't even know what's going on. You're just following basic directions, and there's as you move through the program, you get to slowly see the bigger and bigger picture of all of it. But so this is where we are right after detox. And when you're on the willingness track, you get orange band. See, I got a green one now. And you're essentially overnight. And check this out, living in these cots right here.
So this is to say, hey, I'm willing.
I'm willing.
Yeah.
To show you that you're willing, they give you a cot. And you come in here, you have the TV already set up for you and everything. But to show you the difference, over here, this is overnight. And overnight are just people that just come in off the street and want to get rest. But the overnights have beds. Willingness gets cots. So if you're willing to take these cots for 1 to 4 days, maybe longer, sometimes shorter, they could be 12 hours. But if you're willing to sleep on these cots, you're willing to do anything for your recovery.
And the other thing about willingness is that during the week, you have to carry all your belongings with you when you follow the other people in the program to the Trudge Church. And so it's a 1.5 mile walk to the church that we go to and a 1.5 mile back. And you have to carry all your belongings with you. And that also is a sign of willingness. And once you've done that for what I was on willingness for exactly a week.
Okay, I did it for 4 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then after that, we got our own bed. So let's show them that, right?
Yeah. After willingness, we get into the program and we get into what's called the safe haven part of the program, and we call it safe haven. You're in the program. You go from the orange band, like Anton says, and you go to a purple band. But for 2 weeks, you're on the facility. You cannot leave to go out to anywhere. You're just stuck here for 2 weeks. And in those 2 weeks, it really helps out a lot, because in those 2 weeks, you go to well over 90 meetings. It shows that you're a step above willingness and you're going to be able to do what's necessary for the program. So we start off, when you come into Safe Haven, you start off in the horseshoe, and we start on this end, which you can see the room start at 23.
Maybe go over here. There's a sick guy right there. Sorry, man.
Sorry. And you work your way around the shoe. After you get in Safe Haven for 2 weeks, they will put you completely in the program. You stay with the purple band, but now you're officially in the program. You, like I say, on Safe Haven, you don't trudge at all. But as soon as you come into the program, you start trudging. And the trudge lasts exactly 6 weeks. So we trudge for 6 weeks. But while you're here in the shoe, you'll start on the far end. We'll start like 23 and 22. And every Thursday, you move a room. And that's according to your meeting sheets. So if you're doing your meetings more than the next person, you can move in front of that person or you can move along with that person. But every Thursday you go from either bed to bed or room to room. So it's a process of going to your meetings, sharing in your meetings, you know, giving the process that's needed in order to move along.
So so every week essentially it looked like I moved from one pod to the next, and I would move through this whole area which looks like a horseshoe, and every pod has its own kind of benefits. Like this side, when I was here, had ants, but over there it didn't. I don't know if you want to cut that out or whatever. But and then every pod has a different chore. So like that's the other part of being in the horseshoe. We all maintain this area together. From sweeping the floors, scraping the bathrooms, the showers, everything. Everybody plays a part, and that's to kind of get you started into into living into community and all that. But you can see it's like really open, not a lot of privacy or any of that. It's not it's obviously not the Sheridan,
In my opinion, this is where you really grow in the first stage of recovery. The reason why I say that is you're in here with nearly 40 men that some you may know, some you may not know. And with that, you got a lot of different personalities and characteristics. So it helps you to grow. It helps you to understand people, meet people where they're at, understand yourself, help you work on some of your character defects that you may have, because you have a lot of people coming in here off the street, out of prison, even from good neighborhoods and some from bad neighborhoods. So you got different characteristics, but the one thing that we all share in common is that we're all suffer from an addiction of alcohol or drug addiction.
And the thing too about being in the horseshoe is that you're with these guys 24/7. So you'll form bonds that you've never really. You form bonds with people you normally wouldn't, because you're commiserating together, you're sharing joyous times together, you're waking up together, going to bed together. Everything together. And it's kind of it's almost like you can't isolate. Like, that's the big part about being an addict. Like, for me, was like a lot of isolation, right? And this is like exposure therapy. You're just like constantly having to be on, to talk and live in a community. You know what I mean?
You grow quite of a bond too with the people that you're in the shoe with. As you see, we came around. We started on one end, and then we come around. Each room, your chores get lesser and lesser. You can go from sweeping hallways to mopping to the bathrooms and the showers. Then you'll get to the trash. So they get lighter for you. It grows with everything that we do here at the Healing Place has a purpose, because we run the place. We just have the staff, but we are the ones that do everything here. We run everything here, and it all starts here in the shoe. And coming through this shoe to me, it was a hell of an experience, because I did it with Anton. I got to learn a lot about him. That's when I learned he was a very unique person, and I learned so much about everybody else that I came through this horseshoe with. And one thing I really hate to say, a lot of people I started with and came here with are not here no more, gone. But a lot of us have stuck it out. But once you get to this part of the shoe, it's like you're getting closer to finishing the program, which is 9 and 8 rooms. But when you reach room 7, 6, and 5, there are no more chores.
Yeah,
you're at
good
the
on
end
that.
of the program. And how the program works is, after your first 2 weeks in the program, you're given step 1. And step 1 says that we admitted that we were powerless over alcohol, and our lives became unmanageable. And then after 2 weeks of doing that, we go to step 2. And then that says that we came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. And then once we turn that step 2 in, we go to the next level. So everything is a 2-week process from here. So after the first 2 weeks, you go to step 1. The second 2 weeks, you go to step 2. Then you go to step 3. But when you reach this part of the program here, 5, 6, and 7 in the program, you don't have any chores because you're close to moving on to the next level of the program, which is called phase, which we'll go to next. But as you can see, this place is equipped with a bathroom.
Yeah. And one more thing I wanted to say about it turns on automatically.
It's good. There it is.
Is oh right, so you're in this area for 2 months, and you don't even realize it, but slowly but surely you are you are changing. Like at first I came in and I see it all the time. People come in with like kind of a rebellious attitude. They don't want to be here, and then you slowly, while you go around the horseshoe, you kind of gain ownership of the place and the community, because it's essentially our community. And it's amazing to go walk through this again to see how me and Bryant have changed. Like at first it was like, man, we just want to get through it. We want to get those cool rooms on the other side, blah, blah, blah. But you just transform after a while. You've been here. You want it to be your own, because essentially that's what it is. So yeah, but this is the bathroom.
Well-equipped shower room for everybody in here. We have showers, and like I said, we do all the chores here. Everything that you've seen is cleaned up in here by the guys in the program. The only one that doesn't do the cleaning is the wilderness or the overnights. The one thing about being in this dorm and being in this part of the program is you have to be out of the dorm by 8 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah.
And
on the weekends, or even all day. Yeah, you're right. Every day.
You're not allowed to return until 4 o'clock. So between the hours of 8 and 4, trust me, you will have a busy day with classes, meetings, your meals, anything else that you have to do on the outside, doctor's appointments. Like, you're not restricted from anything that you need to do, but the only thing that you cannot do is leave the premises throughout the week. You know, you're stuck here from 8 to 4, Monday through Friday, but on Saturday you get the privilege to go out from 8 until 4. You have to be back on the property by 4 o'clock. So you earn the privileges while you're here. You know?
Right, yeah, that's right. So at first they kind of keep you close to home, but as you gain time in the program, you get more and more privileges.
Yeah,
like we got our phones now. I mean, after like 3 months you get your phone. Anyway, but yeah, you just get more and more freedom.
And you're not isolated from the outside world here. You see, we have telephones, but they're put up right now.
Right. Oh, yeah. Check that one. That's brand new right there.
So you have the chance to call your family. And the way that this part of the program works is, and it's for the whole facility, but we have to be in by 11 o'clock, but at 10:30 the phones are cut off and the television is cut off. But you're free to roam around. We have games, we have books, we have dominoes, checkers, chess. It's enough to be in here to keep you occupied, because the one thing about recovery is you also want to have fun with it. You want to enjoy it. You just don't want to be stuck being drilled every day, every minute of the day with the process of recovery.
Right.
They would like for us to really let our hair down and enjoy ourselves.
And one more thing before we go out of here. We also share this space with overnight homeless people. So every day we get, I don't know, man, like 10 homeless, let's just say 10. We can house 10 homeless people here a night. So we're also sharing our space with some of the homeless people that come in every day sometimes, and that can be interesting because they're on drugs sometimes, and sometimes they're not. But
sometimes they're just on hard times and need somewhere to sleep.
Yeah.
It's cold in the winter and hot in the summer out here, so it's good that this facility and this program equips people outside of the program with not just a place to sleep, but also with meals too. They can eat with us, and people can come in off the street and eat. But one thing I like about this building and all of it, this is a new facility. The place is only 3 years old. And I used to always sit in these chairs over here and look through the skylight every day. It was like the first way I learned how to meditate, to make me think and understand what I was dealing with. But this is, when you get through this, more growing for yourself. You start to learn yourself here. You start to learn your brothers that are in here. Over here we have the cardinal rules, we have the basic principles, we have the THP philosophies and the core values. We always try to stick by the cardinal rules, which is no fraternizing, no violence, stealing, no racial slurs, alcohol, or drugs. And then we try to stick with the principles of commitment. You want to stay committed to whatever it needs to be done. You want to learn your tolerance to unconditional love and service to others. One of our biggest slogans is I am my brothers and sisters keepers. And something that we always stick with, that I always really try to stress every day, is trust the process. You have to trust the process. And the reason why that's such a big thing is you don't have to understand the plan to follow it. Have the faith that circumstances will get better if we put in the work. And if you do that and trust the process, it's going to work out, because so many people come here and want to make their own rules. And I mean, nobody can go into anybody's home and kick back and make a rule in somebody else's houses. So as long as you just come in here and trust the process, follow the rules, and we always live by the main thing, nothing changes, nothing changes. And our core values are a big thing: respect, trust, honesty, compassion, opportunity, diversity, and accountability. All of those things are really helpful in recovery. I mean, you have to have these core values in order for an individual like ourselves that are in addiction to grow. You have to have respect for somebody. You have to trust, honesty, compassion. Like, all of these things are real important to us. And we really try to live by everything up here on the board, especially the cardinal rules.
Yeah, and like a lot of that stuff just comes naturally as I started to get clean and sober. I don't really read those things, but they just come naturally around here, because you just learn to love yourself a little bit more, have more respect for yourself and others, consequently. So it's a good time.
I'll say, we come in here beaten down, but oh my goodness, we get lifted up, and we do it with each other. After we leave here, we leave this part of the program. After you become an MT1 client, you become an MT2 client. You still wear the purple band, but now you're a level up. Instead of having a 4 o'clock curfew, 8 to 4 o'clock curfew on the weekend, you'll have an 8 to 6 o'clock curfew daily.
Right.
So you can go out every day daily. But if you're with a phase brother, which is wearing the green band, like me and Anton here, you can stay out till 11 o'clock, because that's what we do in phase. But once you become MT2, you leave out of this dorm, if there's room in the phase dorm, and we go
over to phase.
We'll show you what phase is.